Good morning. The good news is that I'm not going to speak with you about government, politics, or else things. I'm going to speak to you about something that we are all part of it, but we are not really aware that the time is urging. And I'm talking about over-tourism and sustainability. Can it really work together? חבר'ה? Okay, so some statistics and number about tourism industry. The tourism industry is a growing industry, which is the turnover is almost $9 trillion around the world. And more than that, when you look at the world, at the continent, you will find that there is an average growth of between 5% to 8% in international visitors to different destinations, from India to China to North America to the Middle East. And the important thing, that contribution to the economy of the world global GDP, tourism is contributing between 10%. And the good news is that it's just going to grow more and more. I think an important thing to notice is not only that the share of the GDP, which in comparison to others, look at that, global GDP, that global GDP is 3.2, but tourism is 3.9. One of 5 different employments. One of 5 people that are employed will be employed directly in tourism cluster or industry, and 1 of 0.10 jobs will be related to tourism. So where are we going from here? We are talking about a situation of over-tourism. So what is over-tourism? It's a situation where the local resident feel that their quality of life is being damaged or hurt or being less good by the fact that there are more tourists who are coming in and traveling into their city. Do we want to stop it? No. Do we want to balance it? Yes. So we are moving today, as we speak, to what we call responsible tourism. Responsible tourism is the way that on one hand we can enable an amazing experience for local tourists to enjoy the destination, but at the same time to consume it in a much more responsible way. So the advantage of actually integrating into the philosophy of different cities, destinations, countries, the sustainability, it's not a nice thing to have in the table. It actually can help to grow the economy of different destinations, to support the local economy, to employ more the local community, to reduce overhead and costs, and most important, also to protect the environment. So there is a whole chain here. There is a circle here, which one is related and connected very firmly to the other. We're talking about the economy, the social, and the environment. If we will be smart enough to balance tourism, to make sure that the local community will work together, that we will mobilize, that we will use green energy, that we will be protecting the environment and all those heritage and cultural places, then we will know how not only to balance tourism, but also to give a better product. Different destinations around the world, and we all know the stories, have already taken major steps in order to balance that. So in Amsterdam, for example, they forbid in open different kind of shops, and there are forbidden new tourist shops. In Vienna, they don't allow anymore in the street food trucks. In Jerusalem, we are working very hard in making the old city accessible for people who are limited. In Barcelona, they limited Airbnb, and in Prague, they are trying to monitor the balance and the noise. Is that good enough? No, because this is things that each city or destination is doing one by one, but it's not really reflecting the overall philosophy that needed to be integrated into the daily life of how are we balancing with tourism. Responsible tourism is different kind of ways of methods that looking in tourism not only in a negative way, but in a positive one, but also taking serious measurements in order to do so. So sustainability tourism is about the ability, our ability, to meet the needs of the present, but also looking into the future. And I will end up by giving you this amazing case study of Costa Rica, which actually integrated into the philosophy of the economy of their state the whole notion of how to take sustainability and the growth of tourism and work with that together. And the good news about it was that actually they managed to grow their GDP. And look where they're based today compared to other destinations. Israel is quite in a good place. I can tell you from Jerusalem point of view is that we are facing today in the city about 5 million tourists. We already feel today the traffic, the overcapacity in certain religious, especially places in the old city. And we understand today that it's not only about bringing more tourists to the city, growing the demand to the city, but also how we are going to balance that in order to make sure that for generations to come, for the future to come, also other people will be able to enjoy what we can offer. Thank you so much.